We've seen, and certainly just in the last couple of days, it's ratcheted up a notch, a breakdown in this ratification process with the unions. There's this growing likelihood that this labor deal now goes to Congress. Are you ready for a prospective strike come November 19th?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Morgan. So the dynamic right now, we've got 6 contracts that are ratified, 6 different unions. 5 are in the ratification vote right now, and we've got 1 that failed ratification. That was our maintenance of way engineers, BMW ED. And I think, Morgan, that was a very specific issue. When the PEB came out, they recommended wages, but then they also recommended for that particular union a change in the amount of travel money they get to work away from home and the per diem amount they get when they're working away from home. That specific negotiation had to happen on property, and that just got concluded on Union Pacific last week. So our BMW E employees were casting a ratification vote on an agreement that they didn't really know all of the moving parts on. And now they will. So we've got some negotiation to do with that union. We're in status quo. We've agreed to status quo while we're doing that. And I'm confident we'll find a way to craft an agreement that can be taken back out for ratification. That doesn't mean a strike's not possible. It just means it's not, in my opinion, I don't think it's probable. I think we got plenty of runway to figure it out.
But Lance, do you see bringing in the labor secretary again and all-night sessions and 4 a.m. news announcements? I mean, are we going to get back to that kind of showdown?
Carl, I certainly hope not, right? What I'm hoping is that there's a relatively clear path here to create an agreement that can go back out and get ratified for our maintenance way employees, and that the other 5 unions that are in ratification now react to the reality of this deal, which is it's got a fabulous increase in wages for them, recognizing their hard work. It also begins to address some of the quality of life issues that our unscheduled workers have. And we're committed on property and have already begun the discussions to further address those issues and really ultimately take them off the table. Get to a place where railroad jobs not only are attractive because they're very high paying, but because they're awesome jobs.
So given this conversation, how is hiring going? And just as importantly, are you retaining those workers?
Yeah, one of the things we showed this morning is that we've actually hit our hiring and training plan for this year. We said to the STB we needed to do about 1,400 employees that specific to conductors, the train and engine men. And we're at 1,408 this morning. So we feel very good about our hiring. We've had some real issues in very targeted spots that tends to be rural areas where there's not that big of a workforce and unemployment's very low. And we're retaining at about what historic levels are. Our normal all-in attrition rate for our craft professionals has been about 10%, and it's about that this year. So I really don't see the great resignation happening to us. I do see that in certain areas of our territory, we've got to create more workforce so that we can have a hiring pool to hire from.